to get serious now. Sharpening my tools. Rainy season is starting, and I am going to launch a brand new thing on this channel where every day we're going to go over and we're going to work on the garden lot that we have, and we are going to transform it into the Garden of Eden, hopefully, over the next couple of months. So my wife and I have made this resolution. We are going to go over there and work on it every weekday morning, and I'm going to bring you guys along and we'll see how we can take a scrubby, empty building lot and turn it into hopefully a whole bunch of food. And so I'll put in everything, the steaks and whatever else. There's a lot of trash in the ground, and the rain may or may not come in like we think it will. We don't have irrigation over there, so it's a big pain in the neck, but it's going to be fun. So today we're going to go over there and I'll show you what things look like, and we're going to get started. We are getting, as you can see, there's a ton of brush here, and the wind is still high and it's still very dry, so if we decided to just turn around and burn all this stuff, we would be in trouble. It would likely blow up here and then burn and go across to the houses across the way, so we're stuck with what we're stuck with at the moment. And I can burn some of it, which I probably will, or I could make hugelkultur, which I'm totally not going to do because the ground here is hard and I'm not keeping this ground anyways, so burning it is for some of it. Actually, the really thorny stuff I'm going to burn. Some of the other stuff I'm just going to put up in piles like this. Over time it'll rot down, and eventually we could just dig compost out of the bottom. So, oops, sorry. I'll just film while Rachel does it. It has been so exceptionally dry that the beds we planted before, we just can't keep enough water on them. I've got a haul water over here, and I haven't been doing it because I've been very busy, especially with jack broccoli. Here we have the tobacco, which is still doing all right, and then the cauliflower and the cabbages, which are probably going to do all right as soon as the rain comes again. They're just kind of sitting. This is a papaya that we worked around when we weeded this bed out, and then we're actually getting some peppers coming in right now. As you can see, look at these beautiful hot peppers. These are awesome. So as soon as the rain starts, everything is really going to pick up, but right now it's ugly, and the rainy season has technically started. It's counted as the beginning is Corpus Christi, the Catholic holiday. That's when people have the priests bless their land and all that kind of stuff, and then they start planting, and they just say, this farmer told me, he's like, well, if you had faith, you would have planted already. Well, I don't quite have enough faith. We got a beautiful watermelon. This was a watermelon vine right here. There's not much left of it. See just a little bit of watermelon vines, but we got the most awesome dry season sweet red watermelon. It was so red inside. I don't think I've ever seen one that red. It was the best tasting watermelon, and I think it was because it had very little water, and it concentrates the flavor. So that was really cool. Some of this brush is starting to come back, these really thorny trees that we cut down. And look at the thorns on that stuff. So these guys we're gonna have to knock down again. And there's just a lot of stuff that needs to be cleared in order to actually plant over here. So we're gonna be doing that, and you guys will get to watch us sweat our way through it. So this is where we have gardens right now. There's the wrecked house. And then this section right here is where we'll claim next. I find that when you're breaking new ground, one of the best things to do is just pick a small area and conquer it. If I tried to clear this entire lot all at once, getting around to the actual gardening part would take quite a while. So what we do is we just take this area right here. Hey, that's a controllable space. It's what, like 15 feet by 20 feet or something like that over to here. So we'll just take that area, clear it up, turn it into beds, and then just keep moving along. Kind of take things in bite-sized pieces. Like if you've never gardened before, it makes a lot of sense to do yourself a little like a 4x4 or a 4x8 garden before you decide to turn your entire yard into corn. So a lot of this really thorny stuff and these vines are just going in here and burning because I can control the fire in here. And then the great thing is there's no real loss. When it comes to the end of it, I've got all these ashes that I can throw down, which will be really good for the melons and pumpkins and other things I'm going to be growing soon. So my little fire pit actually is a fertility creation pit. Yeah, I know, if I compost the entire things we get more fertility, but I told you I'm not going to do that. Not this time.
To make sure things are all clear.
So I'd say we did pretty well here. You see this area? This was almost all brush, and it's mostly all clear now. My rake is actually broken, so I've got to fix the rake. I might put some yams in here. I'm not sure yet. Probably let some perennial cucumbers climb up those posts. That one I'm probably going to knock down because that looks dangerous. And this area is ready almost to go. A little more brush, but there's a lot of thorns and a lot of vines tangled together, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. We'll get it one piece at a time.
And it didn't cost me a dime.
The baby has decided that it's time for us to quit. So visit us on the web at thesurvivalgardener.com. And until next time, may your thumbs always be green.
Look at me, I have a giant gun. YouTube's gonna demonetize my channel.